Oliver Ekman-Larsson replacing Morgan Riley on PP1. I think they had a couple shifts together in the third period on one of the power plays, and it looked infinitely better. The best it's looked this season. And my main reason for that is he actually has a shot. Like Morgan Riley, I've never seen the guy take a slap shot to begin with, and he really doesn't there's not a threat of a shot from the point on the Leafs power play. I just think OEL brings a different dynamic. On top of that, I think he's had an unbelievable start to this season. He had 5 shots on goal over the weekend, a team high 25-02 in that win against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I mean, something's got to change, right? I wouldn't give a rip who they put on that thing right now. I'll take anything. It's a privilege to be on the power play, and obviously the big boys on this team are used to it, and they probably don't think of it as a privilege. They think of it as, a right, which, with the skill level, yeah, I get how you could get to that point. But when you're struggling this bad, like it is abysmal. It's almost like their skill and their experience and their ability is just hindering them like crazy because, and I don't know why it is. I'm, again, not a power play specialist, but like, how does all that skill and all that, like, think of going back to their junior days and all of the reps and looks they've had on a power play and different teammates, and how can that skill not figure it out? It's almost like there's too much skill and they're all like, not sure who's QB, not sure who's taking the lead, not sure who's supposed to get that lane or get that shot, or where they're trying to, separate to open up what? Everyone wants it. And it's just nothing is going, nothing's easy. Nothing has chemistry. And that's the thing to me. When a PP has chemistry and you just find each other and it's a unit and you're like, it doesn't matter who scores. We make these plays, we open up these seams and we bury it. And we look at each other and say, hell yeah, there's another one, boys. Let's go buzz the bench. It's the opposite of that. It's like, what the hell are we? They don't even know where to go at this point. They seem so lost, and it's just odd because they're all so skilled and they all have so much experience playing on the power play. I have no problem pulling, Morgan out and putting OEL on there, spread the wealth out, maybe like hell, just overhaul it if you want. It was our number one problem, I would say, in the playoffs. Like, if you want to go back to that and crunch the numbers, I can't even believe the numbers and the percentages that are coming off that power play in the playoffs. When you look at the teams that have success in the playoffs, the power play is a big part of it. And blow it right up for all I care, man. There is, and to start the season again this badly. And yeah, OEL, walking down Broadway with a big shot. You look at some of the big power plays in the league, they've got that threat and that danger, a Bouchard walking down Broadway, and just, that's a threat. And you spread that PK out. And when and you're killing penalties, you're like, I can't leave this guy down here. I can't leave this guy net front. I can't leave that point. And there's options out the ass. Your head's just spinning around, and eventually you're going to get spread out and thinned out, and they're going to find one of the options and bury it. You'd think that the Leafs would have that ability to spread teams out and have all kinds of different options, whether it's Austin or Mitch or Willie or but they don't. They're just lost, and they're forcing it against grain. They're almost running into each other out there. So it's early. Something's got to change, but I am in favor of any changes that they want to make just to try to insert something.
I would go nuclear. I mentioned this last week. Like I would split the big boys up between the two units. I got some resistance last week about moving John Tavares to PP2 because his ego would be bruised. They already stripped him of the captaincy. How dare you move him to PP2? I got 11 million fucking reasons why I can move John Tavares to PP2. I just think it's so ridiculous when people are like, oh, you're going to hurt his feelings. It's like tough shit. Like I think we're at a point, Rosie, where we've seen enough from those 5 guys where it's not time to move on. You can go to that well, and maybe when they gain that confidence, they get it back. But I would go nuclear with this thing. I would take some of the guys off PP1, put them on PP2. Maybe you mix and match the right-handed shot guys like Marner and Nylander, but they need something else. This ain't working right now. Make sure to check out more of our content right here on the Leafs Nation YouTube page. We got long-form interviews, we got clips, we got epic rants by Jay Rosehill. We simply have it all. And don't forget, you can find out much more at theleafsnation.com. Thanks so much for watching.